Hey, it's Barb from Wonderful Works. Today we're going to learn about the most common physical disability in childhood, cerebral palsy. We're so glad you're here today. Hey there! You don't look so good. How long have you been Googling things? Oh, you have a new student who has cerebral palsy and you want to make sure you know everything about it? Well, when it comes to understanding cerebral palsy, maybe it's not about what you know, maybe it's more about what you ask. Cerebral palsy is the most common physical disability in childhood, yet no two cases are the same. In fact, there's a very wide range of how the condition presents, anywhere from mild issues to complex issues and everything in between. So this means that no matter how much you learn, you're never going to find out one right answer about what is best. But that's okay, because sometimes the best thing to know is that you don't know everything. Serving students who have cerebral palsy: what to know, what to ask. So the first thing to know is, what is cerebral palsy? Cerebral palsy is a group of disorders that affects the person's ability to move and maintain balance and posture. It is caused by a brain injury that usually occurs before or during birth. Cerebral palsy can affect motor issues on one side of the body, both legs, or it can affect both legs and arms, and sometimes the trunk, face, and mouth as well. There are 4 different types of the condition. Spastic cerebral palsy is the most common type. This makes a person's muscles feel stiff and tight and affects movement. Other types may cause involuntary movement, shaky movements, or a mix of motor issues. So now that you know what cerebral palsy is, how will you know how it affects your student? Well, you guessed it. You ask. Invite the family to tell you more about their child. Have a list of questions ready that will help guide your conversation, and while it may feel uncomfortable to ask personal questions, it matters because not having all the information can lead to safety issues. So what should you ask? Well, here's some questions to consider. Number 1, would you please tell us more about your child? Start with an open-ended question and give parents a chance to tell you about their child as a whole person. Number 2, does your child require any special assistance with activities or positioning? Some children may be completely independent, but others may benefit from support such as adaptive seating or help with fine motor activity. Number 3, does your child use any assistive technology, and if so, how can we support him in it? Assistive technology can be anything from devices that help the person get around, like a motorized wheelchair, to devices to help him communicate. Understanding how things work and if or how a volunteer can support a child with their device is crucial to creating an inclusive environment. Number 4, does your child have any dietary restrictions? In some cases, cerebral palsy can affect the muscles around the face, tongue, and mouth. This can make chewing, swallowing, and controlling saliva hard for some people. This means some people have restricted diets to keep them safe from choking or aspirating. Sometimes this includes not drinking things like water or juice, and only drinking thickened liquids that a family provides. And some people even have a feeding tube. Finding out what is safe and not safe for a child to eat or drink is extremely important for their safety. Number 5, does your child need assistance in the restroom? Understanding restroom expectations and having an agreed upon plan before a child needs to go to the bathroom is important. So even if it's uncomfortable, ask. Number 6, does your child have any other conditions that we should know about? It is not uncommon for people who have cerebral palsy to also have other co-occurring conditions such as autism. The more you know, the better you can serve the child. Number 7, does your child have seizures, and if so, what should we know? Many people with cerebral palsy also have epilepsy, so find out if a student has a history of seizures and how you should respond if one happens. Number 8, is there anything else you'd like us to know? Don't forget to invite families to tell you more. Then, the next person you need to ask a question to is you. Look around your classroom and ask yourself what changes can be made to help the student be successful. Is the layout of your room open enough to accommodate a walker or a wheelchair? Or can furniture be shifted around to be more mobility friendly? If fine motor activities are challenging for your student, can you add some adaptive items to help? For instance, easy grip crayons can help make craft time more successful, and toys with larger control buttons can help a child with fine motor challenges play independently. And look to see if the group activity that your class will be doing is accessible to all students, or will it leave your student watching from the sidelines? If so, is there a more inclusive activity to choose instead? Wow, turns out there is a lot to know and a lot to ask. But there's one more thing before you go. The most important thing that you can know is this: there's a whole lot more to learn about a person besides how to just meet their needs. So don't let your curiosity stop there. Remember that each time a student and his family become part of your class, God has given you an opportunity to build a meaningful relationship. So keep asking questions like, how is your week? Or, want to grab coffee? And invest in the people that God places in your life. After all, the very best thing that we can know is each other. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.